Why should you create a media plan for your family? A family media plan can help you protect your family's health. It can help you make decisions about using media in ways that will support your children's development. It can help you teach your children healthy media habits early on. And of course, to avoid tears and fighting about media use. A family media plan should also help you to think about how you use media so you can create a media balanced lifestyle, which will also benefit you. An individualized plan allows you to create guidelines that will fit your family's needs. You may have heard about the American Academy of Pediatrics' new family media plan, which can be found on healthychildren.org. This online tool helps you create your own family media plan. This is what the website looks like. It's a user-friendly form that takes only a few minutes to fill out. Obviously, the more you think about and consider each question or category, the longer it can take. It probably took me about 10 minutes to create one for my family. What does this media plan cover? It covers 9 major topic areas, including screen-free zones. This is what these questions look like as you are filling out the form. The screen-free zone ideas include the kitchen or dining room. They do suggest keeping mealtimes tech-free. Also includes bedrooms, this is especially important for children, and strollers. You can choose which one of these ideas that you would like to incorporate in your plan, or you can choose all of them or none of them if you wish. It also encourages you to choose screen-free times. The recommendations include 1 hour before bed, meal times, family time, and while in the car, except for long car rides. Where appropriate, it also talks about when to turn off devices for the night. The tool also talks about choosing media that's worth your time. While it does not actually discuss media content, the form does offer ideas about why you are choosing screen time. These include using media to connect to others and not using media as a babysitter. It does make you think about your purpose for using technology as a tool, or as a toy, or for entertainment. Neither of these choices are necessarily bad, but since you need to limit your child's use of screen media, you may want to make the most of their screen time. The next topic is balancing online and offline time. This section primarily reminds you that screen time can take time away from other important activities. Manners and digital citizenship are a combined section of the plan. This is a short section that doesn't have any choices, but just reminds you about the importance of digital citizenship. It states, being polite and having good manners are just as important as they have always been. Having a cell phone or a mobile device is not an excuse to forget our manners. It also reminds you to talk to your children about being good digital citizens and to discuss the serious consequences of online bullying. It covers digital safety. This section offers a few suggestions for keeping your child safe while on the internet. They remind you to treat media as you would any other environment in your child's life. It also covers sleep and exercise. This is an important section because screen time can have a significant impact on sleep, which affects overall health. The tool offers simple recommendations for making sure that you and your children get enough sleep. It also autofills sleep requirement suggestions for your children based on their age. When you are finished, it creates a simple PDF plan for you. Mine was about 3 pages long, but it could be shorter or a little longer depending on your choices and the size of your family. The PDF also included additional information that you won't see while you're filling out the form. Limitations of this online tool include it does not cover ideas about which kinds of media and devices are appropriate at what age. It doesn't talk about age-appropriate media content, and it does not offer age-specific recommendations for teaching your child about media and how to use it responsibly. The online tool does not offer compelling reasons for choosing each recommendation. This is significant because actually almost all of the options on the form are recommendations based on the most up-to-date research, so really choosing every suggestion would probably be the best option. But because the reasons for the suggestions are not addressed, Some of the ideas may not seem important, and it will be easy to ignore suggestions that are inconvenient, even if they could have a profound impact on your child. For instance, limiting background media is listed as one option in the Choose and Diversify Your Media section. This is actually one of the best things you can do if you have small children, because background TV can have a significant impact on your child's development. It is not usually obvious that the TV is impacting and distracting your child. It may look like it has no effect at all, especially if they're used to it, but it has been shown to change the way that your child plays. In excess, it can also be linked to attention problems and deficits in executive functioning as your child gets older. Another concern is that many people will not know what the phrase limit background media actually means. This means that you should not have a TV playing in the same room while young children are present, even if they're facing the other way and completely doing something else. It does not offer any information about children who may be more at risk for media-related health issues. These include, but are not limited to, children with ADHD, anxiety, depression, autism spectrum disorders, a history of trauma, and general at-risk youth factors such as socioeconomic status, family stability, exposure to violence, etc., etc. The form does not provide recommendations about media content. There are a number of great resources online for looking up different games, apps, TV, and movies to see if they are age appropriate. commonsensemedia.org is probably the easiest, most complete, and most professional option, but there are many others. Positives about the tool. Instead of listing a bunch of rules about what you and your family should not do, it focuses on making choices ahead of time about how you will use media. It has fill-in options for almost every category, so you can make things more specific or add your own ideas about things your family will do. It's also not too detailed. While the form itself is not a complete guide to family media recommendations, it does offer a very usable plan that covers some of the most important areas to consider for your family. As a printable family tool, it's great, but you probably want to supplement your own knowledge of childhood media recommendations so you can make more informed decisions about how and what kinds of media you want to use in your family. The Healthy Children website also offers a media time calculator, which you can use to look at how much time your child spends with media, especially screen media. It creates a visual display of the time your child spends on different activities during the day. It is preset with the recommended hours of sleep and physical activity for your child. One great thing about this app is that it presents screen time as a leftover. This emphasizes that other activities should take precedence over screen time. One potential concern for this tool is that it does not clearly state that you should still have screen time limits even if you have a lot of leftover time in your day. This is what it looks like when it's all filled out. What else should a family media plan include? You may want to have some ideas about how to handle different media options for different kids, especially when there are significant age differences in your family. You should have some specific ideas about the time limits you will set for your children. It should also include your family's rules about using media responsibly and consequences for inappropriate use or breaking rules. There are many other things you probably want to know about childhood media use. There are specific recommendations for different kinds of media to use and not to use at different ages. Media content is very important, especially for young children. Inappropriate content is not always obvious. Not all media use is created equal. Some kinds of media can provide much more educational benefit when offered at the right time. Different kinds of games can provide different learning opportunities. Some kids will need more guidance and stricter guidelines. For example, kids with ADHD, autism spectrum disorders, anxiety, or depression. Inappropriate media use can actually have short-term and long-term health consequences for your child. If you're interested in learning more about these topics, My book, Early Childhood Media Mastery, A Complete Guide to Teaching Smart and Responsible Media Use, is available on Amazon. It covers all these topics and offers specific recommendations for each age group from birth to 9 years of age.